What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, Frick. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to make a townhouse. This is the 25th installment of Townhouse, and this one's a little bit more modern than the other ones, and also a little bit wider, I think. At least it looks wider to me, I don't know. It could just be dumb. But anyway, here it is in all of its townhousiness, and yeah, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Here are all of the materials you're needing for this build. Alrighty, and the space for me for this is a 13 by 18, and the materials you'll be needing to start off are tough bricks, quartz pillars. I gotta get used to that name still. I know it's been that for like a year, but like still. Stone, dark oak doors, polished black stone, polished black stone stairs, tripwire hook, such an absurd first set, black stained glass, and smooth quartz stairs. That is a wild first set of materials. You want to start from the front left hand corner of your 13 by 18 grid golf if you made it, and you want to start by counting back by 2 and right by 1, and going right you'll place 2 tough bricks. You're then going to go back diagonally right by 1, and you'll have a dark oak door in the front half of that block. You'll see why it's inset later. And then forward diagonally right from that, you'll have another tough brick. From that tough brick, you'll go back diagonally right with a polished black stone. You extend it right by 4. Then go forward diagonally right with a tough brick and right by 1. Just because it's funny and we can do it now, you want to take each tough brick side and extend it up with 10 quartz pillars, as in the furthest left and furthest right. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. You can then connect them together with a row sideways quartz pillar at that height. Some of this might get destroyed later because of the window, but in theory you don't have to. It just isn't there on the original, so... On top of the dark oak door, you want to place a singular black stained glass block. You'll just crouch place it. So that will be inset in the wall as well, once we have a wall. I guess we kind of don't yet. As for the row of polished black stone, you'll take the center one and place a tripwire hook off the front. You'll then take specifically the first, third, and fifth, as in either end in the center polished black stones, and extend them each up by 2 to give you a W. Because that's what this build is. Not really. It's not that special, I guess. You'll place a polished black stone stair in each kind of, I guess, lower level, so the second and fourth, and then an upside down stair on top of either of those. And there's your garage door. I realize townhouses don't always have garage doors, but this one does, I decided. So, yeah. And that's my design for it. I'll go through a lot of garage door designs in the next, like, couple of houses, probably. Just because that's how it is. Each tough brick you can extend up with, just for now, 4 stone. Connect the tippy top stones together with, you guessed it, more stone. And then in the kind of gaps, which should be specifically above the garage and door, you'll just place upside down smooth quartz stairs facing forward. You can get rid of most of your things. Everything from dark oak door back except for the smooth quartz stairs. So the door, the polished black stone stuff, the tripwire hook, and the black glass. And get out smooth quartz slabs. That's unfortunate we put them so far away, but whatever. Pale oak fence. Black stained glass pins. Stone bricks. And presumably like-rite concrete will be the best option from there, although I don't know. That's just what I've heard from myself. So, off of the top row of stone we have here, you're going to place a row of upside-down smooth quartz slabs just in front of it. Off the left and right on top of that stone, you'll just place 2 stone moving in on it specifically, and then you'll place a quartz pillar in from there that should be facing upwards. Extend either quartz pillar up by 3, and then connect them together with upside down smooth quartz stairs facing forward. This center area you will fill in with black stained glass panes, with the exception of the bottom 2 kind of center blocks. Essentially, you're just placing panes off the left, right, and top. And you'll be left with a doorway like so. I guess granted a doorway technically makes sense. Weird, but it makes sense. The rest of this portion of the wall can just be stone. Off the bottom quartz pillars of that doorway, you'll place a pale oak fence and connect them together. That'll be a little balcony. It's kind of a cheesy one because you can't really walk out. You can just like, you just head to the door and be like, ah, yes, fresh air, but you really don't get much. You're kind of confined. Also, ignore me. From this point, though, you're going to take the top quartz pillars here on the left and right and just extend them up an additional 3. We can't quite fill between them yet, though, because we have some other stuff to do. On the doorway, you want to take the top 2 quartz pillars and bring them out with opposite on smooth quartz stairs that will face away from each other like so. You will then extend those stairs up with 5 quartz pillars each, which should bring it up to the same height as the other ones. Between the upside down stairs, which is ironically, technically speaking, all 5, you'll place upside down smooth quartz slabs like so. On top of these slabs, you'll place a row of stone bricks, then a row of smooth quartz stairs that should be facing forward, then 2 rows of glass panes, then a row of upside down smooth quartz stairs facing forward, and then you can just cap it off with some stone bricks, specifically on the stairs. You don't want it on the quartz pillar, because it'll just be useless anyway. As for the little U shapes you're left with on the left and right, you'll just fill them in with light gray concrete. It should really be 6 blocks per side. It's nothing crazy. Just like so. That's pretty much the front, honestly, done. Now, I don't have windows on the side or back, so I am just going to tell you to get rid of your pale oak fence, which isn't particularly important for that, but the black stained glass panes are, along with probably stone bricks? I think, yeah, stone bricks. And you can get out smooth quartz blocks, dark oak slabs, and dark oak planks. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take like the top row of the walls, specifically where the light gray concrete is, like this kind of backmost portion, and place a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs in front of it that'll extend off the sides by 1, so overhang, I guess. On top of the rows of quartz pillar in this kind of window that sticks out, you'll place a dark oak plank on either side with a smooth quartz block outside of it. And extend those smooth quartz blocks out with a slab and also in with an upside down slab. From either upside down slab, you'll go up with a slab and then place a block in the center like so, and that kind of gives you a rough feel of how this will look. Although it doesn't look different than I showed, I guess. I don't know why I would. It's not like I use shaders or anything. You want to take the tough brick on either side here, and you're going to bring each side back with, you guessed it, well, I guess you kind of guessed it, 14 tough bricks. I don't know why I said you guessed it there. And then you can connect them together at the back. These are generally always 14 or something like that. So yeah. From this point, it's just like some basic framework. You're taking each quartz pillar corner and extending it up by, I want to say it's 13. Am I correct on that? Yeah, it is 13 for the back 2 corners. And then you're just bringing the 1 row kind of all the way around and through. This part is fairly simple. If you want to add windows, if you're using this as a townhouse where you're copy pasting, I think it'd be cool to change up the colors. Like you could use, I'd say like diorite, or not diorite, granite and like terracotta, but I think that looks stupid. Just, you know, mixing up the colors because you have concretes, and you could use the wool version or the concrete powder version for the stone instead. Like, I don't know, just as an example, blue wool and blue concrete. Just kind of play with it and see what you can do. I'll continue that in a second, though. You want to fill in the bottom portion of each wall with stone, and then the top 3 layers are just like gray concrete. But, I think it would be probably beneficial and logical to do that. And the end ones, you'll probably want windows on the sides. Obviously, they're going to be perfectly connected, so you can't particularly do that. And this is one I would maybe consider sharing the quartz pillar for. That does kind of, I guess, create weird things if you are going with different colors. But just have them directly next to each other. But it is definitely up to you. If you have them, like, flat, I would keep the quartz pillar the same. But if you don't, I think it is fine to have the quartz pillar visible on both rather than them sharing it. But yeah, play around with it, I guess. See if there's other color combos, because you could even like go, I don't know, inverted, like do smooth quartz for the stone, white concrete for the light gray concrete, and then like instead of the quartz pillar, maybe use polished basalt or something. Just invert it. Just some ideas. I don't know if that would look particularly good. It's why I'm throwing it out there though, because you know it is worth a try. In my head it seems a little bit strange, but I don't think it'd be terrible. Maybe even switch the pens to white instead of black. So they, well, I guess if the walls are white, then no, you'd keep them black. But because they're kind of framed the way they are, I guess white would also make sense. I don't know, just like a gray. There we go. Perfect middle. So from this point, if you have the back flat, you can add a little section here like you have on the front, but since I don't, I'm just going to tell you to place a row of opposite on smooth quartz slabs off the very back of the like top row of the house, and have them extend off the left and right by one. And then this is a slab roof, which I'm sure you've made a million of if you followed really any house of mine that isn't a modern house. As in suburban, townhouse, I guess medieval is different, but whatever. You're going to take each slab and bring them in with an opposite down slab. Then up with a slab. In with a block, I'll just focus on one side. In with an opposite down slab. Up with a slab. In with a block. In with an opposite down slab. Up with a slab. And you're going to keep this going until you reach a peak, which should be a block in between two slabs. And your two sides should line up. This roof is definitely a lot better than some of the old ones I came up with. And then I'm going to start by actually filling in the sides of these peaks just in with light gray concrete. The way you go about doing this is just behind each opposite down slab you want a light gray concrete. We can even start with that actually. And then really you're just connecting those concretes together. I think that's an interesting way to do it. Obviously you don't have to do it that way if you are familiar with how to fill these. Because you don't want to go behind the blocks or the regular slabs, I guess that's important. You don't want it sticking up. Because you will connect said slabs and blocks together with the dark oak variant. Now, on the front of the roof, you have something a little bit different going on, and I'll explain how to do this specifically. You'll take the end smooth quartz slabs on the left and right here and bring them back by 2 with smooth quartz slabs. Those back ones should be able to go out with 2 dark oak slabs and connect in. And then these dark oak planks you'll bring back by 2 and just out from there. And then the next slab you'll go back by 4 and connect over. And essentially, I guess to dumb it down a little bit rather than being like, here's the number. It's just connecting slab row into slab row and plank row into plank row at the same Y level. It kind of does draw itself because the roofs are the same incline anyway. But yeah, you can add a chimney if you want. I didn't. Just because I guess, I don't know, I didn't think about it. I don't think I have on a townhouse yet. Maybe I'll do that on the next one, who knows. But I've not really been making much of anything. Although I want to, like, grind out a bunch of houses one day on a Twitch stream. Just to have them ready for, you know, tutorializing like this. Anyway, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your townhouse, the 25th installment, complete. It'd be interesting to see a town row with all, or like a row of townhouses with all 25 just side by side. I feel like that would look really weird. But it would be interesting. I should do that one day, because it wouldn't be too hard in theory. But I guess with the varying heights, it looks strange. Anyway, thank you guys if you guys did enjoy this video. If you do have any suggestions for anything, do let me know. Even like if you wanted a specific type of house or something, feel free to ask. I am a little bit slow right now with those, just because Chapter 2 and a bunch of other like big map tutorials are kind of getting pumped out right now. And I haven't been doing much city builds. They've kind of just been my in-between like break from the mass chaos that is Chapter 2. Pretty much only Chapter 2. Everything else is whatever. But yeah, anyway, that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.